Welcome back to our Python programming series. In today's video, we will be discussing Boolean in Python. Booleans are fundamental data type in Python used to represent truth values. There are two built-in Boolean values in Python, true and false. Booleans are primarily used in logical operations, conditional statements, and comparisons. Here are some key points to understand about Booleans in Python. Boolean values true represents a true or on value. False represents a false or off value. Booleans can be stored in variables and used within data structures like lists, dictionaries, or sets. Boolean values are often used as flags or indicators to control program flow or represent states. Understanding Booleans is crucial for handling logic, flow control, and decision-making in Python programming. They are extensively used in conditions, loops, functions, returns, and many other aspects of programming. As you remember, in previous lessons we discussed two main data types in Python, numbers and strings. So now let's see what the Boolean is. As I mentioned before, Boolean values in Python are either true or false. They represent two states, true and false values in logic, and are used to control the flow of programs and make logical decisions. Boolean values are a result of logical operations and comparisons in Python. For instance, the comparison operators such as equality, which is two equal signs, or inequality, exclamation mark and equal sign, greater than, less than, and so on. Now let's go back to VS Code and practice Boolean. The provided code snippet focused on Boolean values. It starts by printing the types of false and true, which are both of the bool or Boolean type. Now let's make some comparisons. The comparison true-false evaluates to false, since true and false are not equal. True and false are the two Boolean literals in Python representing true and false values, respectively. The double equal operator or comparison operator is the equality comparison operator in Python. It checks if the operands on both sides are equal. Since true and false are different Boolean values, the comparison true and false evaluates to false. The comparison is based on the fact that true is equivalent to the integer value 1 and false is equivalent to the integer value 0 in Python. Therefore, true and false are not equal. It's important to note that true and false are distinct Boolean values and true doesn't equal false in Python. This comparison can be used to test conditions or evaluate logical expressions in your code. With next example, we are checking if 1 is equivalent to true. The equality operator checks if the operands on both sides are equal. In this case, we are comparing the integer 1 with the Boolean value true. In Python, true is considered equivalent to the integer value 1. So 1 compared to true evaluates to true. Next example is similar to the previous one, but instead of 1, we have 2 and we compare 2 to true value. And we get the false because 2 and 1 are not equal. And with next example, we compare nil and false. So false, as you remember, gives us nil. So we compare nil to nil and we get true because the values are equal. Moving on, the code includes comparison for greater than. 1 is greater than 6 and it evaluates to false because 1 is not greater than 6. 5 is less or equal to 5 evaluates to true because 5 is equal to 5 and satisfies the condition of being less than equal to 5. Similarly, 5 is less or equal to 6 evaluates to true since 5 is less than 6 and fulfills the condition. Now let's evaluate 5 and 5 and store the result in a variable. Since we store the result in a variable, we can print it out. So we are saying print, then var underscore true, and we get the true because 5 is equivalent to 5. To reinforce our understanding, let's complete the assignments. By completing these assignments, we can solidify our knowledge of working with Booleans in Python. And first, we need to create a condition that is false. So we are saying print, then we are saying true as equivalent to 5. And we will get false because 1 is not equivalent to 5. And the final assignment for this lesson will be to get the type of the false. So we can write function type and then we can pass on the false function. Thank you for joining us today. Be sure to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive notifications for future Python tutorials. Stay tuned for more exciting content on our channel. Happy coding!